Hello, my name is Carlos M. Molina. I'm an artist and paper crafter. Welcome to my tutorial. Today we are going to make this beautiful Father's Day greeting card. It's very easy to make and I'm sure it will impress everybody in your family. For this project you will need scissors, tape, a ruler, a stylus and some glue. Stylus is an instrument that you use to score paper. It's rounded in the points so it doesn't damage the paper. You could use a pen without ink. That's what I used for many years. So anyway, that's a stylus. You will also need the templates. There's 2 pages of them. You could download them from our Facebook page or our website. We're going to start with a page that it's almost blank, but you see it does have very thin lines, as you could see. That's the body of the shirt. The solid lines are for cutting, so you will cut along those lines. That's a solid line, you will cut around there. That dotted line is for folding. The dotted or dashed line is for folding. That's another one for folding. That's one for cutting. Okay, with the first page of the template, we are going to start cutting. So remember to cut along the solid lines. The dotted or dashed lines are for folding, so just cut along the solid line. So try to stay in the line as much as possible. In the actual template, the lines are very light. I darkened the lines for the video, but you shouldn't have any problem hiding those lines in the project when you make the project. So there's one more cut, and then there's another cut on the other side. And then I forgot that there's another cut in the center. So yes, okay, good. So there you have the body of the shirt all cut. Now that we cut the template, we are going to score along the dotted or dashed line. There's basically 3 lines that we have to score, 2 in the collar, and then the one in the center of the card. I'm using the stylus, but as I told you, you could use a pen without ink, which is what I used to use for a long time. So now let's just fold along those lines. This is very easy to fold once you score the line. And then let's do the collar lines, and then the other side. And you see, start looking like a shirt. Start looking like a shirt. Now we are going to use the second page of the template. You could choose one of the 2 already made ties, or you could make your own. There is a blank template. I'm going to give you an example of that. I made this tie with I just painted lines with color pencils, but you could use crayons, you could use paint, you could use markers. I choose the center tie from the template, so I'm going to cut it along the lines. I like the design because it's somewhat conservative and typical design for a tie. So you just cut along the lines. Just cut it. Make sure that you don't show a lot of white, although since the background is going to be white, it's not going to show out too much. Just cut along, and there we got it. We got the blade or the body of the tie all cut, and then we are going to cut the knot. So it's the same, cut along the lines. Yes. Good. So we got the two pieces. There's one more cut we have to do in the blade of the tie. There's a line in the center that you cannot see very well, but it is there in the template. So I just cut in along that line. It passed the half of the length, but you see, you just follow that line and it should look like this. We had cut our two pieces for the tie. Now we are going to tape that. I want to overlap those two sections. As you see, I'm overlapping them, and I'm going to use some tape to glue them together. And if there's excess tape, just cut it off. That's what I do, I cut it off. You don't want to see the tape. And there you got the two pieces of the tie, the knot and the blade. So I want to curve the knot to give some dimension. I'm using the stylus now, but you could also use a pencil. You could use a pencil and just curve it in your hand, just like that. Just go over it a few times, and that will create a nice soft curve. I will do the same thing with the tie. Just on the top, just a little. Just curve it a little. I'm concentrated on the top part. Let's make sure that it's nice, still nice. And then I will do the bottom, the point of the tie. I will also curve it. I'll use my hands and the pencil, the curvature of my hands to set the curve. So there we got it. And as you see, these two pieces will fit on the top. I mean, the knot and the blade will meet nicely. Now that we had cut the two pieces of the tie, the knot and the blade, we are going to turn it around to glue them. We're going to use tape. So just align the knot and the blade of the tie together. Make sure that they are even and that they are also straight, So use tape to glue them together. Now they're together, and there you have it. You got your tie. Now we are going to place the tie in the shirt. So basically we want to center it in the card. There's going to be a little point sticking out. That's part of the design. So I will pull that down until you don't see the top of the tie through the collar any longer. You want to center it. It's look more or less centered. That's no, it needs to be moved a little to the right. So I'm moving it a little to the right because I want it centered so that it looks good. So that's very good now. Okay. Now we want to make sure that it's also centered within the collar. So make sure that those 2 points are centered. Remember we did a curve at the beginning when we were creating the tie. So we want to highlight that curve So I'm going to use tape, and I am going to tape it on the tie first, and then push a little actually, so that I have that curve on the knot of the tie. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. So great. And then I'm going to fix that because I squeezed it a little with the tape, and there we go. We have the shirt. We are now going to close the collar. We are going to do that with just a little drop of glue in the corner. I use white glue. This one is very thick, so I will put a very small drop in one corner, and in the inside of the other corner I'm also putting one drop. I think I put too much glue in the first corner, so I am going to remove some of that glue because paper and glue don't go together well. So now we are going to bring those two corners together. I'm going to use a ruler under the collar because I want to press it, but I don't want to squeeze the curve of the tie. So yes, it's looking good, and there you got it. You got the Father's Day card. You could write your own message inside and give it to your favorite father. Happy Father's Day.